Alright guys, welcome back to Death from Above 40k, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Battle Report time. It's go time. We've got Death Guard versus Blood Angels, and I'm pretty excited because we get to test out the new Psychic Awakening War of the Spider rules for the Death Guard, which is pretty cool. It'll bring them in line with these other newer Marine armies a bit, just to give them a bit of a foot up, a bit more of edge, you know. Not that I thought that they were weak or anything before. They've consistently been kicking heads in on the channel, and they were one of the first codexes to come out. So let's see what they can do now. So Jake's going to be running the Death Guard. I'm going to be running the Blood Angels. And we'll go through what he's put together here. There's a little bit to cover, few stratagems, a lot of bloody relics. So let's break it down. So for the Death Guard, let's go through the list first. So Terminator Lord, which is the Warlord. He'll have the Fulgaris Helm and Arch Contaminator as always for the rerolls and the shooty death. Behind him, Demon Prince. Next to him, Malignant Plague Caster. He'll have Miasma of Pestilence and Blades of Putrefaction. The big Demon Prince will have Miasma of Pestilence as well. They've got the Noxious Blightbringer, Foul Blightspawn, Foul Blightspawn. Behind them, 1, 2, 3 5-man units of Plague Marines, 2 Blight Launchers in each, and Plasma on the Champion. Best way to run them, do it every day. We got 1, 2 Fetid Bloat Drones with the Spitters, and then 3 Myphetic Blight Halls as 1 unit. So this army comes in at 9 command points. Now let's go through what he's spent on. So as I said, he's bought 3 relics. So the first relic is the Fulgaris Helm. The second relic is the Demon's Toll, which gives units of Death Guard units within 7 of him a 5-up invuln save. It doesn't work on Pox, Walkers or Cultists, but as you can see, there's none in this list, so that makes no difference. So anything like the Plague Marines and everything, 5-up invuln save. Should come in handy in case they get hit in the face with some AP4 plasma. Then, the next relic is called the Plague Furnace, which the Demon Prince will be taking. Now, the Plague Furnace is part of the Poxmongers, which is what this army's running as. And it gives all demon engines within 7 of it a 4-up invulnerable save. So these things were already tough enough as it is, with their 5-up and their 5-up then 5-up disgustingly resilient. Now they've got a 4-up invuln, then disgustingly resilient. So pretty crazy stuff. So he'll be keeping up with them. Then he spent 1 more command point to give this guy a Warlord trait, and the Warlord trait is the Poxmongers Warlord trait, which is called Sanguious Flux. If I'm saying that wrong, I actually don't care. So yeah, Sanguious Flux, I think it is. Pretty much what that does is, so when an attack with a melee weapon from a friendly Poxmonger, which is these guys, attacks, then while they're within 7 of the Warlord, then they get +1 to their AP. So it means like when these guys are attacking with their Plague Knives and stuff, they'll be AP1, you know, the Staff will go to AP2, this Sword will go to AP4, or even this guy's Bell here, which does damage too, mind you, will get some AP on it. So that's 4 command points spent before the battle of his 9, so 3 for relics, 1 to give an extra Warlord trait. So that should act as like extra bubble goodness. You know, I call this army the Ball of Death. It's kind of just how Death Guard roll. Actually, a lot of armies in 8th. We'll see how much that changes in 9th. I don't know yet. But that's the list. So we'll be going over some of the stratagems as the list go on. But he's got super excited before the battle's even started and spent a heap of command points on stuff. And I would have done the exact same thing. So can't blame him for that. All right, let's go over the Blood Angels. So this is me Blood Angels list that I've been working on and slowly building up. And this is the fully repainted version of it. Love it. A lot of people are right now typing on their keyboards, "Where are your Death Guard?" Quite simply, they're up on that shelf there, mate, because they're just not performing. Hopefully in 9th, come back to me, Death Guard. Anyway, we'll get past that. So what have we got in the list? So starting off, Warlord, Primaris Captain. He's got the Decimator Relic gun, and his Warlord trait is Artisan of War, so that gives him AP, I've used it on the sword, makes his sword damage too. So he's shooty, he's choppy, he's movey, he's fasty, and he gives you reroll once. Alright, next to him, Mephiston. You know what he does. He's got 3 powers. He's got Wings of Sanguinius, Shield of Sanguinius, and the Quickening. Then we've got another HQ behind him, which is a priest with his Cup of Blood. He's just there to revive people and give +1 strength in combat. Then over here, we've got the newest addition to the list, Librarian Dreadnought. You love him. You know what he does. He's got Wings and the Quickening himself. So pretty much these two are... One of them's going at it with super choppiness. Then behind him, we've got Sangry Ancient. I've paid the extra command point to give him the Banner of Sacrifice, so the Feel No Pain banner. He's just got a sword. Oh, sorry, Mephiston. It's alright, you can take it. Building crushed you before, you'll get through it. Next to them, 5 Assault Terminators. I love them. They're Assault Terminators. They got Thunderhammer Storm Shields. Then behind them, 1, 2, 3 5-man units of Intercessor Marines with auto bolt rifles and power fists on the Sergeant. Best troops choice, I think. Other people run them other ways, like the infiltrator guys and everything. This is what I like. I like daka, punchy. Baal Predator, iconic Blood Angel unit. Never leave home without it. Next to him, Redemptor Dreadnought with all the assault cannon-y goodness. Big punchy fist, ready to punchy punch, shooty shoot. And then next to him, a 5-man unit of Assault Hellblasters. So the strength 6, 2 shots at 24 inches. So, that's my 1,500 points. Jake's 1,500 points. So we'll be testing out some new rules. I feel like this is my finalised version of the Blood Angels for 8th edition. So, as I said, that's not very long to go. So we'll test it up against this new rule set of Death Guard. And by the way, if you do hear some funny noises in the background, I don't have gremlins in the studio, but I do have this little pug. So if you hear him snoring away in the background, you know what that noise is. Alright, let's roll up a mission and get to it so I can start stomping out these stinky boys. Alright guys, we've rolled up a mission and the mission is Supplies from Above. So, Jake rolled the highest, so he got to place the first objective, placed one there, because he seems to be going forward. Then I placed one forward, and then one got placed here, and one got placed here. So if I sort of pull back, these are all in close proximity. But at the start of each battle round, there's a dice rolled and the winning player can move each objective 3 inches in the direction that they like. So a lot of these objectives could end up well away from where they are by the end of the game. In terms of deployment, Jake picked the 12-inch deployment setup, and then I got to set up first. So I'll go over here and check out my army setup. So we've currently got first turn. So what do we got? If we go over here into this big building here, we've got the Baal Predator hidden in there, as hidden as I can get it. Then next to him, I've got this guy in the cover, and then behind him, the Librarian Dreadnought. Then if we come over here, we got Hellblasters, Primaris Marines, like all around here. Then at the front, look at that, Terminators, starting them on the field. Don't know why, just sort of try it because everything's in close proximity here, so I might as well run them out there and try and smash some face. Then in the centre here of all this, we've got the Banner, the Priest, the Captain, and Mephiston. So everything is on the battlefield for both sides. So that's my army deployment, pretty much centre, ready to go straight into all the objectives here. And if we come around the other side here, Jake got to counter deploy, so he sort of used this piece of terrain here. As you probably noticed too, we've got a lot more of an open battlefield this round. That was a request of Jake's. You know, he said, you know, the last couple of battles we've had everything sort of blocked off. Can we do like a bit more of just a slaughterfest? And I was like, all right, mate, you want it? Let's do it. So his deployment over here was, I've got the Demon Prince in the middle. Remembering he's got the relic that gives the all the demon engines, the 4 up, and he's in between the drones. And he's put these guys way up front. So that's a bit of a different sort of thing. I'm a bit worried about this. Then if we go back here, we've got Fetid Bloat Drone, Marines, Plaguecaster, Warlord in here, Terminator Man. We've got the Bell, and then he's got his Marines positioned all sort of around the edge here, and another Blight Spawn at the back. So the way this is set up, he's measured it so that all the infantry is within 7 of the haulers. So starting off in cover, and then he's also set them up around the Bell, so they're all getting also the 5+ invulnerable, and then he's set this up in here so all the vehicles are getting the 4+ invulnerable. So this castle has become a lot more solid. So we'll see what happens. So I've currently got the first turn. Would you like to seize the initiative? No, I'm just stealing, mate. Alright, have a crack at it. What the fuck have you rolled? That's a 5, mate. Alright, buddy. That's the first turn to the Blood Angels. So, we'll, what's that? Yeah. Jake was just saying, good luck shooting through this. Alright, yep, I get it, mate. So, we'll have Blood Angels first turn. We don't have a lot of high strength firepower as such. We do have a lot of high strength combat. So, we'll have Blood Angels first turn, and then we'll see if we can kill all of the Death Guard. Alright, we'll get back to yous. Alright guys, end of Blood Angels turn 1. We'll go through the movement first. I'm just going to say those Death Guard got a lot tougher. Right, so moving forward. So, Terminators ran, sitting on this objective in the centre. Everything else sort of either ran or walked up behind it. Not everything had to run. And then over on this side with the vehicles, the Baal Predators zipped out 6 and then zipped around 6, and then the other dreads sort of manoeuvred around and got into the position that they are in. So, first things first, Psychic Phase. Mephiston put shield on the big boy, so he's got a 5+ invuln save, so hopefully that'll help him out somewhere. That was the only psychic power that by the cast. No stratagems were played at this current juncture, and shooting wise, shut up, Jake. he thinks it's hilarious. Anyway, so these guys and these guys shot all their shots over into here and killed one guy. Then these guys ran. They still got a heap of hits and wounds, not overcharging, no need to. But now that these guys had the invulnerable save and so they had a 5+ invuln and a 5+ feel no pain. That unit, so pretty much everything here shot across into that unit and only killed 3 of them. So that's a lot of firepower, small arms firepower into a unit, and didn't do much. Then over this side, all my heavy weapons, which was just like more like volume of heavy weapons, shot into here, and we only took 4 wounds off one of these. So once again, that 4+ invuln save made a big difference, because all these weapons, being the heavy doctrine, were AP2. These guys were like, we just don't care. You're still AP1 to us, because we have a 4+ invuln and a feel no pain. So a good solid move forward. Didn't go too far forward, because I've made that mistake against the Death Guard too many times. So, that's the end of Blood Angels. No first strike, and objectives aren't scored till the end of the second battle round. So, speaking of which too, quick note. We did roll for these. They moved a little bit. As the Blood Angels player, won all of them. So I moved that one forward. I moved that one. That one didn't move. This one here moved towards the centre, and I moved this one towards me as well. So, we'll get on with Death Guard turn 1 and see what they do. Alright guys, end of Death Guard turn 1, and some stuff got killed. Yep, some Blood Angels are dying. Oh god. No, I'm just joking. Alright, what happened? So, movement wise, first things first, obviously the bell allows things that run to roll 2 dice, pick to high, so it actually makes these guys significantly quicker. So he's done a big swing with everything, round this way. So at the front of the charge, we've got the 2 drones, then we've got the haulers, then behind them the Demon Prince, given the bubble of survival. Then, over here, these guys all sort of ran around as well. Now, their blight launchers can still shoot after running, so there's a bit of shooting going on. First things first, the haulers and one of the spitters killed my Redemptor Dreadnought. Just blew him out of his socks. Gone skis he is. Off the battlefield. See you later, champ. Pack your bags, tell your story walking. That's what happened there. So, then this spitter here went into the Terminators, wounded one, and then some shifty little weapons from in here shot. They could see the end guy here that was wounded and killed him. And then the other guys that were over here shot across over here into the Marines, but didn't do anything. So, he didn't use any of the stratagems at this current point. He did run with the Foul Blight spawns here to try and get him in range of something to use that stratagem, which I was like, whoo, packing heat. But unfortunately that didn't go off this round. So I'm alive for one round. He's got a couple of objectives covered around here. He's scored the first point of the game for first strike, so he's on the way to the win. So we'll go and roll up for the movement of the objectives and then have Blood Angel's turn 2 and see if we can't hit back and reclaim some of our dignity. Alright. Alright, end of Blood Angel's turn 2, start of battle round 2. So first things first, Jake won the roll off for this objective, moved it closer towards the centre. He won the roll off for this one, moved it further into his cover over here. I won the roll off for this one, left it where it was, and we rolled an even for this one. Alright, Blood Angel's movement. These guys ran all the way over here to hold this objective. Remembering Blood Angels get +1 to their charge and run makes them really quick. And because they've got assault weapons, you can keep them moving, keep them firing. Alright, these guys move forward. These guys move forward. These guys move edgingly forward. Tank stayed still. And then all this stuff sort of went forward. I sent a little bit of a wave in this time after last battle. Got me head stomped by these Death Guards. So I'm playing a little bit more cautiously this time. Alright, so the Terminators ran in. I paid, I think it's, what is it? Vengeance of the First or something like that. It's a stratagem that gives them +1 to hit, whether it's shooting or combat. It's pretty much with their Thunderhammers, they were hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because of the captain, and then re-rolling 1s to wound because of the banner. And let's just say they smashed a fetid bloat drone to pieces. But let's start with the shooting. I got way ahead of there, didn't I? First, these guys shot into it, that same fetid bloat drone that's no longer there, and so did everything else here. Took a couple of wounds off, I think. These guys took 3, it would have been, yeah, 3 wounds because they're disgustingly resilient. And then everything else here pretty much did nothing, just bounced off it. I must say, that 4-up in Von save and then having disgustingly resilient is disgusting. It's fantastic for Death Guard players. I'm really happy for you guys. So that's something to look forward to if you're a Demon Engine guy. But yeah, ran in with these guys and smashed the rest off him. I think I ended up, because of hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s, and then wounding on 2s because of the Blood Angels army-wide, and then re-rolling 1s to wound. I think it was something like 15 disgustingly resilient saves after already having 3 wounds off, so he didn't go so good. Over here, with the Librarian Dreadnought, so we got the powers of the Quickening and the Shield on him, but Jake denied the wings. So, come running in here and did absolutely nothing. So I think I got like 4 wounds on this thing, but with the 4-up save, he saved 3 of them, and then 1 got through, and he rolled 2 disgustingly resilience, resulting in like 1 wound on it. Then the power fist off this sergeant hit it, and same thing happened with a combination of these guys. So total of all this here did 2 wounds to this. Really, really tough. That was an uphill struggle. Shooting from this thing also shot through here and killed 2 of these. And yeah, that was about it. This thing fought back and didn't do anything. The fetid bloat drone did explode. He rolled a 4, took a wound here, took a wound here, and took a wound off this guy. Uphill struggle there. I thought I was going to smoke him, but hey, we'll get back to it. We'll see what the Death Guard do. They've still got heaps of stuff on the battlefield, but we've still got a good defense line back here, so we'll see what happens. Let him have his turn, and we'll get back to you. Alright, end of Death Guard turn 2. Whew, that was intense. They just smashed up a heap of stuff. So let's go through what happened. So movement phase, this thing backed out and went over here. These things sort of pressed forward here. A lot of the two foul blight spawns ran up into here. These sort of maneuvered around here. And this stuff all sort of gathered in the center here. Psychic power wise, the only thing they got off was a -1 to hit on these guys, and everything else was denied by Mephiston and, well, the Librarian Dreadnought that was there. We won't talk about that. So, starting here, all the stuff that's in here, which was like 3 grenades and 3 plasmas, shot over into here, reduced these guys down to 2, but they passed their leadership because they're bloody Space Marines. Up here, this guy used the stratagem, I think it's called Fulgish. I could be wrong. It's the one for the foul blight spawn. Now, utilizing that, he got 6 hits at strength 10 and obliterated this Terminator unit down to, there's this one guy left there now. This one here then shot over, oh, sorry about that, over here, but he only rolled 2 hits at like strength 3. So this one didn't use the stratagem and it just bounced off these guys here. They managed to, because they got the feel no pain from the banner. But this one decimated with the stratagem. This one didn't roll so hot. It's a 50-50. That's pretty bloody good. Oh, over here, these guys chomped down the Librarian Dreadnought in combat, and then he played a stratagem which is called, what is it called? The Flux Abated or something like that. Anyway, after you kill a unit, you pay a command point and you get back D3 wounds, so you heal yourself from eating stuff. And he healed this guy, he rolled a 5, so that guy's only taken 1 wound now, so that was another cool stratagem. So with your demon engines, you get into combat, eat some of the bad guys up, and, or you are the bad guys, well, it depends how you look at it. Eat someone up, and then heal your wounds for a command point. That's quite handy considering these guys spend a lot of their time in combat. So those were the 2 stratagems he used there. Demon Prince ran in here, killed a couple of these guys. The Librarian Dreadnought also blew up. He took a wound. No, these guys saved their wound. He took a wound. They took a wound. And that took a wound. This thing, when it jumped out of combat, spat over into here and killed 2 of my Hellblasters as well. So at the end of the battle round 2, I have just copped a thrashing, like casualty-wise, like lost a lot of points. But in the points games, we're holding 1 here and 1 here, and Jake's holding 1 here and 1 here. So that was 2 points each at the end of battle round 2, but he got first strike. So he's on 3 and I'm on 2. So I got to get back to work now, have my turn 3 and put in some effort, because that was, I can't take another blow like that. All right, so we'll have Space Marines turn 3, Blood Angels. Let's get to it. All right guys, end of Blood Angels turn 3. Let's see what happened. So I moved these guys out of combat to allow these guys to shoot over into here. The Sanguinary Priest healed one of these back to life, and then these guys shot into here, into these drones, and sorry, not drones, haulers, and did 0. Then this paid the command point to move, so I could sit it on the objective. Shot over into this guy and reduced him down to 1 wound, but he's still there. So that was a lot of dakas. The rest of the things took place round this way. So these guys all charged into here. So I decided not to focus on over here because that's just going nowhere. So I thought I'll try and hit the soft spot, you know. So this jumped up here and Mephiston jumped up here. And then this hammer guy, I sort of moved him down to here to get it. So in the assault phase, the hammer guy charged up. Now, even though there was only 1 of him, what are we going? We've got some blurry going on. Even though there was 1 of him, he cost me 2 command points that round because he copped a heap of hits of Overwatch. It resulted in 3 wounds. I failed 1 of them, so I re-rolled 1 of them with a re-roll command point, and then I paid the Ancient's command point thing again, so he's hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s, and smashed one of the fetid bloat, the bloat drone dudes, and managed to, yeah. The sad part comes next. Mephiston went to charge in, and he got spooged and just annihilated. He rolled 6 shots at strength 10 again, and that was without no bloody stratagem or nothing. So Mephiston just perished in the combat. But then this guy, once he killed, because he made the charge. I charged with Mephiston first. I pressured charge. He was able to consolidate in, so that this guy could make his charge in, and he killed the other one. Tactics on my behalf. It's just order of charges, people. Sometimes it suffers, but it was a big cost to get rid of them 2 spooge guns, because he was just going to come out of there and start using that stratagem again and just smoking me. So we got rid of him at a hefty cost. Now in here, come running in, the captain single-handedly cut down a 5-man unit of Plague Marines. Just cleaved his way through them. These guys here also charged in but didn't do anything, and then this guy heroically intervened in and cut down one of these guys. So the Warlord's in there hanging on. There's still a guy in there behind him, but we cut down a heap of guys in there. So it was like a hefty price to pay this turn to get sort of on it, but we're sitting on 3 of the objectives. So he's got to come and remove us off him at least, so we'll see what happens. He's definitely still got heaps of shit on the battlefield, and definitely with these demon engines being tough as hell. Whew! Who knows what's going to happen. Alright, we'll go have Death Guard turn 3. Oh, for the objectives as well. Jake won this one, moved it out of cover. I won that one and moved it slightly forward. I won that one and moved it out of there, and he won this one and kept it in there. That was at the start of the round. Alright, so we'll have his turn 3 and see if I'm on any of these objectives or anything like that, and see what the points are. Alright. Alright guys, we're back, and that was the Death Guard turn 3. Whew! Talk about getting your teeth kicked down your throat. Right, let's just start over here. Demon Prince went over here, smashed that unit. These guys came forward, blew the Baal Predator away with their long range weapons. This guy got in just a massive amount of shots and spat into the Hellblasters there. Then these guys charged in, finished him off. So this area is Death Guard town now. They own these objectives. There's nothing about that. Then in here, he swung around here with all these other little goons. His Warlords stepped back, and these little goons ran in and finished off the... Well, it's not a tactical squad. It's kind of a tactical squad. It's a Primaris unit. Let's just call it a tactical squad. Finished him off, and then this guy ran in here and bopped me captain on the head, took 2 wounds off him, and then he bopped him back on the head and took 2 wounds off him. So, at the end of this round, he's got this objective, and this objective, whereas I only hold this objective. So I'm on 3 points, he's on 6 points. And now on the battlefield, I've still got a Haminator, my banner, my Warlord still here, this guy, and these 2 Marines. So we don't give up at half time. I'm going to attempt to pull a rabbit out of a hat, but I'm going to be honest with you, at this point, whoa mate, these Death Guard have just, whew, they're already hard to kill before, and now with these new rules, gee whiz. People thought Iron Hands were hard to remove. See what happens. Alright, we'll get back to you in round 4. Alright guys, end of Blood Angel turn 4. These guys stood here to hold this objective and shot and did nothing to anything. They tried to shoot into these vehicles because everything over here was sort of in combat or out of line of sight. Coming in here, the captain, well first off, Sangrew Priest jumped in, healed the captain. Then I paid a command point to try and bring back one of these hammer guys. Didn't work. Then this captain cut down the Plague Caster. This guy managed to get down here, charge into his Warlord. I paid for the veterans thing again, and then I paid for a reroll again, but I smoked his Warlord. So I got the Warlord points. So I'm pretty happy with that. We decapitated the head of this this warband. Then this guy jumped in here and killed the rest of the Plague Marines that were around here. This guy bopped him on the head with the bell, but his armor's really solid, so nothing happened. Whew. So at the end of that, I scored myself a point for Warlord, but now Jake gets another turn. Let's see if I can stay on the battlefield. It's the honourable thing to do to give him his turn 4, and I don't think I can win at this point, but he really wants to test out the rest of what he can do with this army, so he's going to do that. So we'll get back to his Death Guard turn and see if old Captain Lucian's still holding this spot. Alright guys, end of Death Guard turn 4. Had me head kicked in. It's I don't think that it's going anywhere from this point. She's all bad. She's all downhill. Let's have a look at what happened though. So over this side, these things simply moved around here. These actually shot all their heavy weapons into Captain Lucian and did nothing. Then they assaulted over here and cleared out this, claiming this objective. So they also hold this objective as well. Then the Demon Prince ran in here and didn't do anything to Captain Lucian again. He just saved them all. But then he cut the Demon Prince down to his last wound. Then over here, nothing happened. And this guy here, that's hidden under there with his plasma gun still, blew away my Terminator, so he's gone. So also got left on the battlefield is these 3 guys here. Now Jake's just gone up another 3 points because he's got more models near this, like we've measured it. It's by B's dick. So he's holding that. He's holding that one. And he's holding that one. So he's gone up to 9 and I'm still on 4. So at this point, there's just no way that I can possibly win because, yeah, it's a clear Death Guard victory. Not much I can say about that. That was a very solid list. I think in order to compete against that, no, actually, I think the army I had was sufficient. Come down to some tactics, some things, some roles, but yeah. I asked Jake who man of the match was for him, and he said that just the new chapter and the new book giving this overall army, like these, he said, were man of the match. Like these things are already tough. If you've watched on my channel, these things just churn it up. Now having access to more stratagems and being able to gain a 4-up invon is, whew, that's insane. I can see people at competitive running like 3-man units of these with like a bloody Demon Prince with wings with that relic just going up the board, just smashing everything. Long range firepower, close combat, you just name it, they can do everything. It's going to be crazy. Till GWFA killed, of course. Man of the match for me, Captain Lucian, of course. A lot of people take the Smash Captain, and I understand why. I have 3 of them painted up myself for those kinds of games. But this guy's like 83 points or 84 points, and you know, with the Warlord trait and Relic, he turns into quite the offensive little monster. He supports the army with the reroll 1s, and you know, with the Blood Angels traits and stuff like that, he can chop people down with that sword, no issue. And then his gun is really good for making his way up the board, just putting down some fire. So I hope he's enjoyed this. I hope he's got a good idea of some of the new stratagems we were using, some of the new tactics. Death Guard, that was just one of them as well. There's a lot of other strong ones we're going to be putting together, some combinations. So you're probably going to see a fair bit of Death Guard on the channel over the next weeks. The Space Puppies kicked the shit out of them, so they're probably due for a rematch to see if they can kick the shit out of them this time. We'll see what happens. We'll let you give some feedback in the comments. But we'll probably try out a new list, or maybe we'll go with this one again. If you want to see the demon list again, maybe we'll put more demon engines in. But I hope you enjoyed it, and stay safe out there, and we'll get back to you with another one. Alright guys.